Greetings, fellow conquerors. This is darkfireslide, and welcome to Mandate of Heaven, patch 1.20, the Ming patch here in EU4. And we're all excited because Asia got a much-needed facelift, and if you actually bought the expansion, Asia is much more exciting than ever. And with the new patch, Byzantium has unfortunately been, well, not corrupted, but is in some sort of patch limbo, patch hell, if you will, where it is not compatible with 1.20, nor is it compatible with 1.19.2 anymore. Something happened along the way when I was doing some research for Mandate of Heaven, and now the save is gone. But that being said, it's time for a new Let's Play, and you'll know, and it's pointless for me to introduce because you'll see it on the screen who we're going to be playing as. So I guess without further ado, let's just get right into it. We are going to be playing as Ayuthayya. The Thai, I would assume. I assume that's how you pronounce it, but we're going to have a lot of fun as this nation. And I love this entire area, of course. I love, I think it's Indochina. Yeah, I think this is Indochina. And I love all the islands over here. I just love this area in general, even though my geography is terrible. And I think we're going to have fun here, because I don't know how to pronounce any of this. Like, King, Boromaracha? Boromaracha. Yeah, Boromaracha the second. There are two of them, apparently. Now, one thing that would be cool about this campaign, and the reason that I picked it is, we are going to be interacting with the new tributary feature and the new Mandate of Heaven feature introduced by the patch. Now, that being said, we are not going to be Ming, we are going to be a tributary of Ming. And so that, poses a lot of interesting challenges, especially since, all the nations around us are also tributaries of Ming. But it'll be fun. We'll get to expand in all the places, and we have a pretty decent start here. It's funny, and most of the time when I play by myself, I play as a really scrawny nation with 5 development or something, and build up from there. But on camera, I like to play as the more medium countries, so I have a decent start. And as Ayuthayya, our ambitions are as follows, and these are our goals with this campaign. Our biggest goal, steal the Mandate of Heaven from Ming and become the Celestial Emperor. That is our goal. That is our long-term goal to try to accomplish here, and see how difficult of a task that actually is now that Ming is floored at 50% autonomy. Our other goal is to create a proper empire, get to empire rank, and take over parts of India as well. And our third goal is to colonize all these areas, and also get colonies in the New World, which could be a lot of fun if we play our cards right. So all of that being said, I think that we're going to have a blast here. There is a way, if we think about it here, that we could actually, colonize up here, and then start attacking some of these, states. That could be a really funny way to kind of expand our empire. Colonize and then use that to springboard off into these other nations. And then, of course, take over some of the rich lands that await in Siberia. So let's take a look at our national ideas before we get started here, and then we'll move from there. So we start out with religious unity plus 20% and max promoted cultures plus 1. This is great because this is a very religiously diverse area that we find ourselves in. There's Confucian, there's Animist, there's Hindu, there's Sunni, and well, I guess that's basically it. But that's a lot of religions, and with the religious unity so high, including Dai Viet's own Mahayana faith, it's going to be very interesting for us, I think. Now, I've never played a Theravada faith nation. I have played Vajrayana in a Tibetan campaign once, but I've never done Theravada. So we'll see what all we get out of this, because it doesn't even tell us what the effects of the religion are until we actually get into the game. I haven't researched this start at all. I don't know what events, what boons or horrors await us. I did try this, but I forgot to load up Mandate of Heaven, which was very awkward when I loaded into the game and had already done this intro. But the Liberty Desire of our two vassals starting out is not as high as the game would have us believe. Thank goodness. But yeah, we're going to be, we're going to be trying to steal the Mandate of Heaven. That is our goal. And we'll see how well we can do it, utilizing the trade from this area. And it'll be fun because we're playing a nation, and this isn't something I normally do. We're going to be playing a heavy colonizer, and I think that that's going to be a lot of fun in this campaign. So, anyway, let's take a look at the rest of our national ideas. So max cultures +1 is good. You know, really nice because this is a very culturally diverse area as well as religiously diverse. We've got national tax modifier +10%, which is good. National manpower modifier +10%. This is our only military idea. Suffice it to say, we will probably be taking things like quality just to try to make our troops useful, while we focus on making money wherever we can. Alright, now we've got mercenary maintenance -25%. Very good. Diplomats +1. It's good. We already started out as a kingdom, so we already have 3 diplomats to work with, but hey, why not have a 4th, right? Trade range +20%. I don't know how useful this is actually going to be, but we can dream. We get stability cost -10%, and we get national unrest -1. Now this combined with the religious unity +20% and the unrest itself, we have 2 things we can look at this as. If we take religious ideas, or sorry, if we take humanist ideas, we'll be at a total of 45% bonus religious unity and -3 national unrest. We may never need to convert a province if we take humanist ideas, and we may very well need to, because I don't plan on taking administrative ideas this campaign. I have taken administrative ideas in literally every campaign I've played for the last 10 campaigns I've done in EU4, both on camera and off camera, and I really want to try something else and just do something else instead. And what I may end up doing instead is expansion ideas, which would be kind of funny, just to get that extra colonist, just to start getting all these colonies up and rolling, and like just have this area filled out before any Europeans get here. So we'll see what happens, but I might also start with economic ideas to get reduced development costs so that we can embrace ideas easier here in the East. But I've rambled on for too long. Let's actually start this game and get rolling and see what happens to Ayuthayya. We're going to play on normal mode because Iron Man it's fun, but I just like being able to save whenever I feel like it. I'm not going to save scum or anything. I just don't feel like playing Iron Man. Let's do it. Okay, so here we are as Ayuthayya. We are rivaled by Bengal, Lanzhang, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and Khmer. I think it's Khmer. Maybe not, who knows. So, it is unfortunate that Bengal has rivaled us, because it may be easy for our rivals here to get an alliance with Bengal, which would be really bad. Really, really bad. Because Bengal's army isn't too much stronger than ours at the start of the game, so let's go ahead and rival Pegu, because it will be easy to defeat them. We'll rival Khmer, and we will go ahead and rival Lanzhang as well. I'm surprised the Malaccas didn't rival us, but I'm not going to complain about it either. Now, we do have an extra, 6,000 troops to work with because of our vassals. And already at the start of the game, we have a very healthy, respectable income of 2.7 ducats a month, which I'm going to spend on an advisor. We already have a morale of armies guy from the very start. I am definitely going to recruit him. Do we have any good administrative advisors? We could get a production efficiency guy, but we don't make that much money from production at all. So it would kind of just be for the admin points. But then again, having admin points is always nice. He's also a natural scientist, but I think the natural scientist has to be a certain skill before he can spot the comet and not have your people freak out. So I'm thinking maybe we go with the theologian. But that being said, diplomatic tech may also be something that's important for us. But at the start of the game, improved relations and spy network construction don't really appeal to me. So let's go ahead and pick up the national unrest advisor. We'll go pick up this theologian. Alright, so we can get a mission to conquer Martaban. Now, missions like these are always great because it makes it very easy to expand, because we already have a casus belli on Pegu, which is pretty fantastic. So let's go ahead and build some spy networks. We never know what's going to happen with some of these other nations, so... Now, we may be looking for an alliance with Dai Viet, just because we have mutual rivals in both Khmer and Lanzhang, so it just seems like it would be a natural alliance. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this new feature here. We have this diplomacy macro builder, and let's go ahead and see who would accept an alliance. So it looks like Champa would accept, Lan Na would accept, Shenhui, Tanggu, Arakan, Ava, and Mongyang. So we could ally some of these smaller countries here. Now, the problem with allying countries like these is it can be very easy for them to get attacked, and then we get dragged into a war, and then we have to choose between prestige and diplo reputation or fighting a war that we don't really gain anything from. Now, all this being said, there is... I'm looking here. This poor nation here, Shenhui, is not a tributary of Ming, and that may mean that they end up getting attacked. As we can see, the Chinese army is massive. We really don't want any part of that. All right, we start out with a healthy army of 9 infantry, 3 cavalry. Let's go ahead and recruit another cavalry regiment. We'll go ahead and recruit 2 more infantry regiments as well. And then next month we're just going to go straight to war. We have a great general. He is our leader. He's a 243 with 1 siege pip. Now, he may die in battle, which would be unfortunate, but otherwise I think we're going to be fine here. Now, we do have 9 trade ships from the looks of things, so let's go ahead and I just separated that fleet for no reason. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go trade. We'll take siege ability, because it's good. A royal marriage offer from Sukhothai. That is our vassal. Oh yes, we have 2 vassals. We have Sukhothai and Ligor, both of whom I'm probably pronouncing wrong. So, we will accept this royal marriage. And, Wisut Kasat is now our queen. Very well, she's a 214. Our heir is incredible, though. He has 6 admin, 2 diplo, and 2 military. Now, that's only 10 points total, but still, that's really good. It's a really good leader. I am happy about that. Having 6 in any one category is always nice. Alright, now I'm pretty sure we can declare war. However, Pegu has allied 2 people, both of whom would, fight against us. So we should find some of Pegu's other rivals, and looks like Lan Na and Arakan would both be interested in this arrangement. So let's go ahead and get the alliances going. These will be temporary alliances. We do not plan on these being like permanent things. It's also important to note that none of them have any claims yet. Oh, Ming demands that we send them 3 ducats. Sure. I can send them 3 ducats. Alright, let's go ahead and attack Pegu, call in both of our allies. We'll be fighting against Tanggu and Khmer. And honestly, not really worried about this. Now, ironically enough, if we attacked Khmer, it would probably be an easier war. But they're both our rivals, so it may be very easy for us to get something good out of this war. So let's go ahead and declare war just from the start. Although we do have 2 regiments still building. That's fine. Okay, we need to find the trade fleet, wherever they are, and send them home, because it's about to get ugly. Really ugly. Them Discord messages. Oh, we apparently sunk most of Khmer's ships, which is good, because now we can probably blockade them pretty easily. Alright, now we need to siege their actual capital. This is going to be quite important. And let's go ahead and merge these fleets together. I'm going to go ahead and see, can we actually... well, first of all, we need to move back and get a general in this army, because without a general, it's going to be quite painful. Now, Now that we have this general, let's go ahead and move. Ooh, our allies are getting squished. Ew. And we're going to focus on besieging the capital here. Get the fleet into position, blockade, and we're in business. They demand military power. Okay. Oh, they demanded... Oh, is it going to notify me whenever somebody else gets their tribute demanded? That could be kind of annoying. Alright, we haven't made any progress on this siege yet. And this army's going to get there on the 10th of June, so they're locked in. Let's go ahead and see if we can snipe this army, because we have a massive advantage in our general, I think. Or we have a one-shock advantage in our general, and more cavalry. And so, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and stack wipe that army. We've gotten 10% move speed as well, which is quite nice. Now, our vassals are... Oh, sorry, Lan Na and our vassals are beating the snot out of Khmer, which is great because we may be able to snipe some land from them at a fairly cheap cost from the looks of things, while we sit here and besiege our proper enemy. War is going quite well so far. We are taking a lot of attrition here, though, so we are going to detach for a siege. Send this army back. Alright, let's go ahead and send an extra regiment. I gotta remember, because in Tropical, you get 3% base attrition, which is really awful. Now this stack is coming in to attack us for some reason. Another stack coming in. Alright, we'll just kill both of those. Now we stopped being able to besiege this province, so I am going to go ahead and throw some more regiments at it. Oh, apparently this is a proper fort now, so we do need more. I don't know what changed, but here we are. Sure, Ming, we'll go ahead and give you stuff. Don't want to make you angry. Wow, it looks like we are already doing great things against Khmer here. Khmer is basically already done, and if we can, if Lan Na manages to win this siege here, we could be in a great position to start with. All right, 21% on the siege of Pegu, and we are certainly going to be looking to take ducats in this war. All right, we have won the siege of Pegu. Excellent. We go ahead and siege their last province as well. Alright, I don't really want to fight their navy, so I'm going to get my navy out of the way. Although, somebody else's navy is engaging, so let's go ahead and join them. Sink some ships. Apparently only one ship. Oh, Martaban has surrendered. Oh, and one of our stacks is getting sniped. Well, well. And we stack wiped them. Well then. Alright, Khmer wants out of the war. Unfortunately, we can't let them out until we besiege their fort. So let's go ahead and send in the troops. Or at least send in a single troop with our general to speed up the siege. Because, yeah, Lan Na's general has no siege. This is glorious. We are off to a great start here. Alright, 28%. Let us send... Oh, we need to blockade the port. Of course. It only makes sense. Or we could get 18 ducats or 10 prestige. I think the ducats are going to be a little bit more useful for us right now in the early game here. Although, don't get me wrong, that prestige is very tempting. We're going to be kicking this tar out of a lot of people, so getting prestige is not going to be a problem, I don't think. Alright, we'll fight a fleet along the way. We may win this siege anyway. Alright. And now we're at 99% war score. So if we take this province, we'll get 28 aggressive expansion. What we need to ask ourselves is, how much aggressive expansion are we getting for, like, the rest of it? So apparently if we took all 4 of these provinces, it would not cause a coalition. That is very interesting to me. That being said, we are of course going to take all the ducats, get war reps. Although if we take a few less ducats, we can get a humiliate and get some serious power projection, and I am way for that. Now the thing is, if we take it this way, it will cause 64 aggressive expansion. With no real benefit. So let's just go ahead and take their money instead. Only take 1 province. Now, which of these provinces will be better? So Angkor is 13. Udong itself is 10, but Udong is also a port. And having more naval provinces is always nice. It's going to be better for our trade power. And we'll get closer to Khmer itself. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that peace deal on Khmer. Start coring that immediately. Alright, now who's left in the war? We have Tongu and Pegu. Okay. Well, now that we finished that peace deal, I am going to go ahead and end the episode here. In the next one, we will finish up these peace deals and then think about some other things as we're kind of consolidating here. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, my fellow Thai, and I'll see you on the next one.